Hello, and welcome to another guided session. In this session, we are going to explore ways in which you can become a more calm person. A person who is able to deal with difficulties, hardships, challenges, especially in relationships with other people. You may find yourself pushed to the edge. You may find yourself that you are not reacting as you would like to. These challenges that you face with others in life are things that have been accrued through experiences in the ways that your life has been shaped. You might come from a background where you had to face hardships, or you may be someone who was brought up in a family that had challenges, or you may find yourself someone who reacts to the world through a window that is not the most suitable way to deal with the world outside. The world inside suffers, and the suffering that is being caused in yourself reflects to the outside world as someone who's aggressive, or a person who's uptight, or a person who overreacts. And these are traits that make other people have defenses that will make your life more difficult, make your life something that you are not using your full potential. This is why this session has been created. The session that is going to guide you through multiple layers and enter into a state where your mind will open doors for you to become a person that is calm and composed, who's able to deal with all the challenges life imposes upon you. And as you may not be able to change the very exterior of your world, because things and challenges will always be there, you can yet change the way you react to the world. And that creates something what we call person of superior strength. That superior strength that I'm talking about is a person who has the composure to handle walls heavy weight upon their shoulder. That heavy weight that comes from pressures such as finances, relationships, family, job, or any other thing that makes things more complicated than they are. These complications become something that builds over time. And that is what we are dealing with. And this is what we are going to deal with today. So I'm going to ask you to calmly take a deep breath in and find yourself. I'm going to invite you to take a position in which you are going to be able to relax so that we are able to make decisions and see ourselves with a reflection that will help us to reshape ourselves someone who's got powers that we call personal powers that come from within. So please take a position where you are comfortably seated. You can choose to seat yourself in a chair or a recliner, or you may even choose to lay down on your bed with your earphones on, or you could choose to fold your legs and sit in a meditative position. What I would ask you to do is to close your eyes and take a deep breath in, and when you do so, let it out on a count of 3. In the same way that you have taken your breath in, You can release the breath and let your body become calm. As you take a deep breath in, you'll find that these breaths go into certain parts of your body. For example, your rib cage may be rising, or it might be expanding towards the sides, or you may even find your belly going up and down. That is because diaphragmatic breathing is very different than the breathing that most people do, which is only concentrated on the upper parts of their lungs. As you take a deep breath in, what you are going to be doing is letting oxygen interact with your blood, carrying wonderful nutrients and energy into the parts of your body that needs it most. And that begins with your brain. So let's take a deep breath in and hold, and release only at the rate that you are taking your breath in, making sure your lungs are fully empty, and pause for a split second and take another deep breath in. As you do so, notice how your body has had tension, and how by holding your tension you are creating difficulties in your nervous system, where you are reacting to things and you should not be reacting. So as you release the air from your lungs, notice how your body can relax and let your shoulders become soft, and let your back become comfortable, making sure that each and every muscle on your back is releasing the tension, stress, that hardness that happens when the muscles are under pressure, under tension. And as you do release, notice how your body is reacting. Notice how even your forehead begins to relax, your cheeks begin to relax, your eyes begin to relax. And you can notice this relaxation sensation spread all over. Sensation can start even as far places as your toes and travel upwards, or you might find yourself that your hairs and root of your hairs are relaxing as well. And as you can notice this, you can find yourself the type of relaxer that you are. You could be a toe relaxer, or you could be a head relaxer. Whichever way you start is the right one for you. If you find yourself relaxing on the top, and let that sensation travel down from your chest to your stomach, to your back, to your legs, all the way to your feet. And if your body is the kind of body that is tense, you'll find that you have held tension in places where you shouldn't have. Relaxing that brings attention inwards. If you are a person who has begun the relaxation sensation from the toes, you may find your feet and your knees and the legs all begin to become more malleable, softer, more gentle. And as that sensation travels up, you may find yourself breathing a little easier, and your breath will pour out just as comfortable as a baby's breath. And you may find yourself relaxing more with each breath, relaxing your rib cage and your stomach and your back, all the way down to your fingertips and the top of your head. And this relaxation is what is called the relaxation of the senses. Because as you sense things around your body, you're also connecting with your body. You're often pushed between the mind, the spirit, and the body as they are pulled in different directions like horses running away, but all tied to one thing in the middle, and that is your selfness, your oneness. If you are pulled in all different directions, how can you find equilibrium? Equilibrium only exists when the tensions and the pressures are balanced with the spirit, the mind. If your mind is too busy, the body cannot become calm and easy, because your body needs to find calm and peace through the senses, and those senses must be first recognized. That's why we begin each session by concentrating on our body's sensations. These sensations that allow us to become more concentrated and more focused through the senses in our body. This allows us to travel far beyond the spirit realm, far beyond the very simple point of which we begin to depart from the world that we have created for ourselves by pressures and obligations and responsibilities weigh us down, into a state where we are more in line. The forces of the universe. These forces of the universe is what connects you to nature, to the world, to the things that have been created for the benefit of your existence. It could be nutritious food, it could be the air, the sunshine, or the beauty of the flowers blossoming. It could be the very things that you find pleasures in. These things that have been created is to service you. But when you do not see these things and begin to take things for granted, you become too a person that has not found the ways of the soul. Because the soul is the guide that takes you from being someone who is only concentrating on the immediate as someone who sees far more than what is happening immediately in the front of one's face, in one's direction, in which one looks at the world and sees only things that are occurrences, things that are just unfolding. And those people often react to things rather than become someone who's proactive, and someone who sees things as a way in which to express their own personal self, their own reality. Now imagine turning in words and saying how you react to the world, how you see things. These things may be the things that drive you crazy. Yet if you observe yourself reacting to them from a third-person point of view and see the things that you do and you're reacting, you may find yourself thinking, how can I be reacting like this? How can I be so aggressive and so tensed up or so focused on reacting rather than being proactive? This is why you have to turn inwards to see yourself acting and reacting to the events and the reactions of others. If somebody cut you off in traffic, or if your boss yelled at you, or if your partner mistreated you, that is your reaction that's going to determine how you're going to deal with it. Because these things will always be there. There will always be challenges. And challenges are opportunities that allows you to see the very nature of yourself. If you find yourself as someone who's not very happy, then you will know that you have to change the way you do things, in the way that you look at the world and say, this is not the way I would like it to be. I choose to be someone who is more calm, more personable, more malleable when it comes to things that call for me to react with the world in a more constructive way. Find yourself yelling and getting mad, that's the first signal that you are not dealing with the world as you should do. It is for this reason I recommend that you breathe in and look at yourself from the outside and observe what you have been doing. Observing yourself from the outside as a third person makes you realize how you are reacting rather than being in your body and not looking out. You are seeing yourself in the way, in the moment, and that may not be the way that you would like yourself to be. It is for this reason that I call upon you to turn your attention inwards and choose an event that you feel that you could have reacted and acted in a more calm and peaceful manner. See the things happening and unfolding and see how those reactions that you're doing is so abnormal or so uptight or something that you would wish you hadn't done. Go see yourself, stare at yourself and see how this is making the other person have defenses, or how you are just torturing yourself, because you are the one who's choosing the way you're reacting. So you always have a choice. You have a choice to choose the way you react to the world. And if you're reacting in ways that are not the most constructive, then you should know that you have failed yourself in becoming the very best person that you could be. That's why you are here, being guided through this session in a way that will allow you to see things. And changes begin by seeing how you're going to do. And this is the reason why I invite you now to go deep inside and allow those changes, those observations to form the first part of this series in which you will find yourself observing. Now, next series, we are going to explore how you are going to take these observations that you have done and change them all for the better. I thank you for being a part of this. Now you can slowly come up and breathe in, return to the environment in which you are, feeling the sensations in your feet and hand, and open your eyes gently. Say to yourself, I give my permission for my body and mind to become one and make observations so that I may become a person who's first aware and a person who is responsible for the very actions and reactions that I do. I thank you for listening.